Merry Thriftmas, everybody. Today I am super excited for two things. I found my dream item. I have been looking for one of these for years, and every time I come across one, they are either not for sale or, you know, way too expensive for me to purchase. So I am super excited to share this dream find with y'all today, and I got it at an estate sale of all places. I'm going to give you story time on that in just a minute. But hi, my name is Julie and welcome to Thrifter. Today we are kicking off my Thriftmas series, and I wanted to kind of explain, if you are new or if you have never watched my Thriftmas series, kind of what you can expect from me from today all the way through Christmas Day. So what exactly is Thriftmas over here on Thrifter, and what does that mean for my videos and all the things? Well, so I want to kind of explain. Last year what I did is, and I think the year before, I can't remember, I think I've done this for a couple of years, is I will post a video every single day in December, Lord willing, if, you know, nothing happens or no major emergencies come up or anything like that. And if that does happen, I will always try to make a post in my community tab. Thank God that nothing like that has ever happened during my Thriftmas series, but you just never know what can happen. So always keep a check on my community tab if for some reason a video does not go up and you just kind of want to know what's going on, because there I can put things up fast and give you information really quickly without having to put up a video. Okay, so back to what exactly does Thriftmas mean here on my channel. So every day in December, I will post a video here on Thrifter that has something to do with thrifting. Now there will be a lot of thrifting during Thriftmas, so be sure and stay tuned every day, because you just never know what day I'm going to put up what. There is also going to be a lot of little thrift makeovers that I am doing during Thriftmas. I have thrifted a lot of things that I have been wanting to kind of make over and use in my home decor during Christmas and even after Christmas. So I'm excited to share those little projects with y'all. Now these videos are a little more laid back, a little more vloggy kind of style. The thrifting videos will pretty much be kind of laid out the same way, but everything is a lot more vlog-like, if that makes sense. Kind of a little more talking, a little more personal, like engaging with you, you know, type videos, that sort of thing. But every day we'll have a video which pertains to thrifting or something thrifted in some way, form, or fashion. So I'm so excited about that. I hope that y'all are too. I enjoy doing Thriftmas so much, but it does take a lot of preparation on my part so that I can put these videos out every day. I have to film a little bit ahead. So I have been filming since November for probably half of the videos that you're going to see during Thriftmas. So some of the things in my house, including what I'm going to show you here in just a minute, will be different in some of those videos, because I did pre-film those just for the sake of being able to have them done for Thriftmas. So without pre-filming a lot of these videos, there is absolutely no way that I would be able to pull off Thriftmas, because my family is my priority and I want to be able to spend time with them and not be so engaged in filming and editing and posting and doing all the things. There is so much behind the scenes stuff that goes on with putting up a YouTube video, and putting up one every day takes a little bit of strategic planning, which I have tried to do this year, so that during the December holidays when we are doing stuff, I am kind of freed up from especially a lot of the filming. So a lot of the filming is what takes the most time for me. I can edit videos in no time flat. It is a lot of the filming that takes me a little bit of time. But anyway, I am just super excited. I don't want to just kind of ramble on here, but this is what you can expect from me during Thriftmas, is a little more chattiness. And like during the thrifting videos, it won't be as much like face-to-face chatting like this. It will be more like, you know, voiceover chats and different things like that, kind of like I already do in my thrifting videos. But let's see, I have at least 5 or 6 thrift flip videos. I already have about 7 or 8 thrifting trips already filmed. And I'm going to be doing more of that, because I do still thrift, you know, at least once a week. I will stop in there and just kind of see what they have, browse around. So it takes nothing for me to pull out and kind of film those trips for y'all. So anyway, yeah, I am super excited. I'm going to share 3 things with you today that I picked up at this estate sale, and I cannot stop smiling about this, y'all. And if you already know this, I am so sorry. I'm not sorry, because I'm telling this to the people that maybe don't know and want to know why I'm so excited about this find. So I absolutely love country decor, and I just love the comfortableness, I guess, about the way that decor and that style of furniture and all those things makes my home feel. The one thing I want my home to feel like to people and myself and my family is comfortable. Like, so when you come in my house, I want you to feel like you have kind of taken a step back in time and you're in grandma's house and you can kick your shoes off, lay on the couch and not have a care in the world, be comfortable and not want to leave. Now, there are times, you know, I'm ready for people to leave, but that's the feeling that I want people to have. And for me, that very rustic, and I'm not talking about modern farmhouse, I'm talking about that rustic country with a lot of primitive touches. Not all primitive, because I don't want everything to just be strictly primitive, even though I love a lot of those things. I try to incorporate all of it. And I do have some modern pieces, you know, to kind of fill in, and like some modern lamps. And I don't know, I just feel like when you kind of flow everything together that you love, you really do get that look and that feeling that you want. And I know that this is probably driving some of y'all crazy, and you've probably already fast forwarded to see what in the world I purchased, and that's okay too. But let me show you the amazing one-of-a-kind find, in my opinion, and then I'm going to tell y'all the story of how I ended up with this. It is so wild, so fun. Like, I cannot tell you how many people were trying to run ahead of me to get this and offering to buy it from me even after I purchased it. And even when I was loading it, I had people saying, "Are you sure you don't want to sell it?" I mean, this is how rare these are in my area. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, so we are sitting here at my new antique farmhouse table, and I still cannot believe that I was able to purchase this. And so I would really like to share with y'all the fun story that kind of went behind me being able to purchase this. Because when I first got to this estate sale, I knew there was no way I was going to be able to acquire any of these large furniture pieces because the line was so long. So as you see the little clip here, I was way back in the line, but I was like, you know what? I'm already here. I'm just gonna have a good time with it. I knew there was no way I was gonna be able to purchase any of the large furniture pieces, because if you've ever been to an estate sale, you know that there are those people that get to those estate sales at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and they will sit there in their lawn chairs just so they can be first in line to start pulling tags and purchase things. And that is exactly what happened at this estate sale. So it was listed on Facebook Marketplace, just to give you a little insight. It was listed as a primitive collector's dream sale. Well, y'all know that got my attention, and I was like, what? Because these pieces like this that were at this sale are so rare here where I live, because normally families just keep and hang on to this stuff and pass it down from generation to generation. And I do not know the story of why a lot of these pieces were sold, if they didn't have children or grandchildren. Maybe they just were not interested. I don't know. She had some beautiful pieces. Her collection was a long time collected collection that was just everything I love in decor. So again, I get there, I'm in line, I'm making conversation, making new friends with people, and all the things in line. That was a lot of fun. But as I suspected, once we got in that house, y'all, and they just let everybody come in this house, and it was not a very big little brick house, like a 3-bedroom, just, you know, average little house, and it filled up so quick with people. We were literally butt to butt, and I'm not kidding you. Like, I am telling you, you were turning sideways, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, and I had, you know, a bag with me. Of course, I had my purse on, I had it in the front, but it was pure chaos at this estate sale, y'all. And I am, again, I'm not going to repeat myself 100 times because I am bad about doing that. It was chaotic. It was wild. There were so many people there that were like, we love this style of stuff, but we cannot find it anywhere. I mean, and I'm not talking about knockoff stuff. I'm talking about true, authentic stuff. She had it all. She had it all. People were taking stuff off the walls. I would reach for something, and before I could even get my hands on it, somebody else had already, you know, reached up there ahead of me. That's just how close people were to you. So anyway, that just kind of gives you a little insight on how the atmosphere was inside this sale. There was absolutely no way I could film in there. Like, absolutely not. It was not happening. So let me tell y'all that after I get in there and I make it back to where this table was, it was covered in dishes and oil lamps and different things like that, and I couldn't find a tag on it anywhere, and I could not find a sold tag on it anywhere. And I was like, so does everybody think it's sold and it's really not sold? Like, I'm gonna go inquire about this because you just never know. That's the lady running the estate sale, and she says if there is not a tag on there, she said there was a tag on every piece of furniture, and if there is not a tag on there, that means somebody has pulled it and they have got it like on their hold sheet. Like, estate sales will have like hold tables for you because your hands will start to get really full of stuff, and you can take it and you can just set it on the hold table, and they have someone watching over those hold tables, and they, you know, they keep an eye on, like, you know, whose face put stuff where. They're pretty good about that. And so people were, you know, doing that, and she said so they probably pulled the tag and they have it like on the hold book to purchase in a minute because they're still shopping. And I was like, okay, I can definitely understand that, because I said, well, why doesn't it have a sold sticker on it if someone's already purchased it? She said, probably have not paid for it yet. So that's what was going on there. So I'm like, okay, well, let me just go check out the rest of the sale, have fun with it, and look around, see if I can get through here. And I'm squeezing through, y'all, just to try to get through every bedroom and just see what they have to offer. But just about everything that I would have wanted was pretty much, it was jerked up like in no time flat and put on those whole tables. And anyway, and that was fine. So I had a good time looking around. I did find a couple of things, and I'll be sharing those with y'all here in just a minute. They're already styled and in place, and I'm just going to show you where I put them, tell you how much I paid for them in a minute. But I was just excited to have those two things. So after about an hour of, you know, being in this house and trying to move around and look at the things, and I was like, this is just too much closeness for me in here. I'm going to go ahead and just head outside and look at some of their stuff. And she said, we need you to go ahead and pay for your things that you got inside the house, because they were, you know, kind of smaller pieces. I don't want anybody just walking to their car and not paying for them, because it was so many people. It'd have been hard for them to kind of keep up. The people outside watching over things too, they don't know if you've paid for it, if you don't. So they try to make you just pay for it before you leave inside the house. So that's what I did. So I get in line, and right where you have to get in line is where the front door was. So people are still coming in heavy and all the things. So I'm having to back up. You know, people are saying, excuse me, and I'm backing up, just all that. So I'm standing in line, and the line was pretty long, and I see this gentleman walk up, and I hear him start saying something about the large antique farmhouse table in the back. And I thought maybe he was just inquiring about it, like, you know, is it still for sale or what? But that was not the case. I heard her say to him, well, I'm going to have to announce that it's back up for sale, because I have had so many people asking me about that table. She said, I can't tell you the number of calls, because this was like an estate sale company, and so people were calling. And of course, I'm very proud that she told him, you know, you just have to come to the sale. She didn't like go behind and sell it before anybody ever got to the sale, that sort of thing. So anyway, she says, okay. And the lady that she had working with her, she handed her the ticket. And again, it did not register with me what was happening, because I'm trying to listen, but I've got people constantly coming, you know, in front of me, behind me, bumping me, all the things. And so I'm trying to listen, and I hear her say, okay, well, if you're sure you don't want it, I'm about to announce it. She goes, because I can promise you it'll be gone in like 2 minutes flat. And he said, yes, I'm sure it's not going to fit where we thought we wanted it, but we're going to take the other one. There was a smaller one there. And I see her hand this ticket to this other lady. And again, I'm still not really understanding, because they were kind of far away, what was going on. I'm just kind of hearing bits and pieces. I saw her hand the ticket off to the other lady. I saw her step to the back, but she still had not announced it at this point. So that's why I was kind of unsure. And then all of a sudden she goes, attention everyone, I just wanted to let y'all know, because I've had so many questions, that the large antique farmhouse table in the back room is now back up for sale. Again, the antique farmhouse table. And before she could finish saying it the second time, I raised my hand like I'm in school or something, and I said, I'll take it. I said, I want it. And the other lady was coming out of the back room. She had already put the ticket back on the table. And of course, nobody really knew what she was doing with that ticket until this other lady, you know, started announcing it. So there was a lady by her in the kitchen. I'm still over here in the living room in line. I'm yelling that, not in an ugly way, I'm just trying to get their attention, that, hey, I'll take it, I want it. And she said, well, honey, you're going to have to go get the tag unless somebody's already beat you to it, because I've already put it back on the table. Y'all, my heart was broke. I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it back there and get that sticker off that table before somebody that's already back there hears that it's up for sale, or saw her put that sticker on there. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just this is one last chance for me to go back there and see if I can get this table. So I take off, like, not in an ugly way pushing through, but I am like, excuse me, you know, trying to get through to this table. There was a lady in front of me that said, oh, I want that. I want that table too. She goes, where did you put the ticket? And she's in front of me. And the other lady, I guess, did not hear her or whatever. So she knows I'm coming for this table. So she immediately turns around in front of me, because we're basically racing right now. Like, have you ever seen the Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he is trying to get the doll and he's running through the crowd trying to get that last doll or whatever for his son? Y'all, that's what I felt like. That is literally what I felt like at this moment. She walks through that door. I walk through that door right behind her, and she is looking all over this table. Keep in mind that it is covered with dishes and oil lamps and all the things. I had noticed just by observation, because I pay attention to little details, and I noticed that all of these either furniture pieces or a lot of things that they tagged was like on the right hand corner of stuff. And so that is immediately where I went to look for the tag. And of course, I'm quiet as I go back there, you know, other than saying excuse me and trying to push through. I kind of had a feeling that's where she might have placed that tag. Well, that other lady, she had walked right past that corner. She starts looking like kind of in the middle and on the other end. And sure enough, I walked in there and that tag was sitting right there on the right hand corner. I picked that little tag up and I said, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that I just got this tag, that I am going to be able to purchase my dream farmhouse table. And she goes, oh my gosh, you found the tag? She goes, I was trying to get back here and get that tag before you got back here. Y'all, this is how ruthless people can be at some of these estate sales. Look, I'm not trying to fight nobody over a table. But I think that just slow and steady and just being very humble and just trying to get a table and not show out or do anything crazy, I was able to purchase this table. And I know this sounds crazy, but this has changed the look of my whole kitchen. So I've already had to change quite a few things in here because it made my kitchen really look and give that look that I desire. And so when I first brought this table in, I did not like a lot of the baby type blue color that was on it. So I did do a little bit of sanding to kind of get that off, but I didn't want to sand too much because I was not trying to bring back just raw wood and have that look, you know. I wanted it to still have its authentic look. So I just took my electric sander and very lightly on some of the really blue parts kind of took that off, still giving it, you know, the old authentic look. that it is. I mean, this is a truly authentic 100-year-old antique farmhouse table. And I love it. I do need some advice though on how to clean it. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. So anyway, I get it home and I'm sanding a few of those parts. And then I put these chairs on here. That was the thing. I didn't purchase any of the chairs at the estate sale to go with it. They were all separate. And they had like the twine seat. That just would not work for me and my family. We would have those tore up and stained up in no time flat. So I decided to keep the chairs that I had with my other kitchen table and just paint them. So I went through this whole process of painting these chairs, trying to figure out what color. I left them the wood color in here for a day or two just to try and see if that would grow on me. It did not. Those chairs look just too orange and not the color wood that I'm going for in here anymore. And then I tried the blue like I did on my coffee table. Did not like that at all in here in the kitchen. It just did not look like it did on my coffee table. It was throwing me off. I just did not like it. So I ended up doing, Kelsey told me, Mom, maybe do the chairs in black. And I was like, well, I just don't know. You know, she's like, well, it does give it that, you know, the black is like that primitive kind of color and all. She goes, I think it'll look good. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try one. So I tried one chair and fell in love with it. So I go out, I spray paint all of these chairs, I distress them, all the things, push them up to the table, and absolutely love it. You know how when you step back and you see something, you're just like, oh yeah, there it is. I love that. That's the look I was going for. So I did try to bring in like some more vintage black baskets that I have and just try to kind of tie in that black color of the chairs. I'll also be painting my bar stools that were the same color as these so that they'll match as well. But haven't done that yet. Even when we were loading this table up, I went and paid for this table right away, put my sold sticker on it, taped it down, and I was so nervous about somebody else still trying to get my table. We went right back and loaded it up in my husband's truck, and we had people asking us as we are carrying it, out to my truck and loading it up. We had people still saying, you got lucky with that table, like that's what we came for. You sure you don't want to sell it? You know, here's my number if you ever want to sell it. And I'm like, this is crazy over a table, y'all. But I do understand, you know, just super, super excited and feel so blessed to have it and cannot wait to make all the memories around here. And another thing that I love about this is I can put 4 chairs here. let me show y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this kind of sticks out a little far here on the end. And this is perfect for my daughter, Elizabeth. She can roll her wheelchair right under here, and this sticks out just far enough, kind of like a little bar for her. And then I have an old bar stool that I had cut. It's just like an old, you know, just round top bar stool, and we're going to cut the legs down off of it, scoot it down here on the other end, and that way somebody else can sit there. So I will actually be able to sit 6 people, including Elizabeth in her chair, with this table. So yes, I am beyond excited for my dream find. Some of y'all may remember I was in an antique store not too long ago looking for a table for my coffee bar, and I came across a table that was smaller to this and kind of similar, and of course it was not for sale. You could go back and watch that because I even say that's the kind of table that I want, and it was an old primitive looking farmhouse table like this, but it was not for sale. She said she would never sell that table. It was for display only. And that's usually what happens around here when you find one like that. But I also like, let me see. So my camera keeps trying to track me. So I'm just going to show y'all. It even really matches good with my hutch. I felt like my other table and chairs had so much of a orange color to them that it did not go with that as well. But I knew I was on the hunt for an old table like this, and that it would eventually all mesh and go together good. So yes, y'all, I am beyond it. Let me show you the other 2 items I got. So here's one of the other items that I got right here, and it is this little candle holder, very primitive punched tin that I love. It was $8. I still have the tag on it there so y'all can see the price. I'm going to take that off in just a minute. But what I did, because it is kind of right here on the side of my hutch by these curtains, I have some of these battery powered little flickering lights, and so I have that right here, and I love these because they're kind of on a little timer and they look like a real candle when they flicker. So I have that right there. And again, I'm going to take that sticker off. So if you can see here, the other thing that I purchased is this bell garland. Let me try to show y'all. So here's what this one looks like. Now they had this rolled up and it was kind of like in a wreath form, and it was on the hutch there that someone else had already purchased. But they said that yes, these bells were, and I happened to just ask and inquire about these bells. Were they part of the hutch? Did they come with the hutch, or were they sold separate? And they said they are sold separate. The only thing that comes with the hutch was the hutch. And so these were available. So I paid $10, and y'all, these are truly, like, I have to be so careful because they are, you know, one of them's actually already fell off because it's just so fragile. These are definitely not like your Hobby Lobby finds here. This is a truly either antique, I'm guessing, or vintage bells here. You can, rusty and kind of crusty they are. Over here on these little DIY curtains that I did is where I put the other strip, is what I'm going to call it, because I was able to pull that thing very carefully apart, and it was basically like 2 of these strands rolled up and made into like a round wreath on the door of her hutch. So I just kind of stretched them out. I thought this would be pretty for Christmas over here on these little curtains. Sorry if the coloring is throwing y'all off here because I'm on a window. But yeah, I put this one over here, and that really is like truly kind of gives the primitive look there for Christmas. But I will leave these out all year long somewhere. I'm just not sure if they'll stay where they are now. So I had one of those strands of bells over here on my kitchen table, and I really liked how that looked. But my husband was like, those are just going to get in the way, you know, when we sit and eat. And I do want to show y'all, we sitting here and eating at this table, and every time we sit down to eat, I light a candle just because it makes me feel special or something. I don't know, or just feel so blessed to have this table. And I just often think about all of the meals and memories that were made around this table. And I hope that my family can do it justice and make so many fun memories around it as well. But yes, I know that this was a very, very chatty first Thriftmas video, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of my personality, kind of who I am, what I love, what I'm about, what Thriftmas is going to be about. All of my videos are not sit down and this chatty. I did want to kind of just, you know, visit with y'all here on this first Thriftmas video, especially for those that may not be familiar with my channel or have been around watching my channel for a very long. Hopefully see my little personality and what I'm about. I love my family. I love Jesus. I love my home. I love to make my home, obviously I've already mentioned this, feel very cozy and comfortable. We are a very close-knit family. We are always in and out of my home. My grandkids are over all the time. We just love family and we love each other, and I want my home to be a safe place where anybody and everybody feels like they can come and just hang out. And I hope that I make you feel that way as well when we visit here from time to time through my videos. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because it is actually the day before Thanksgiving that I am filming this, and I have got to get busy making some dressing. So we hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me on this Thriftmas journey. I look forward to spending a lot of time with you for the next 24, 25 days. So yeah, we hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with a brand new video.